Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today's video we're going to talk about the signs to look out for high blood pressure in cats. She's going to be here with us today. It's actually almost her medicine time, to be fair. So that's why she's kind of hovering. She's always really early, but there we go. Cinder's here for this video because we're going to be talking about you and the signs that made us go to the vets. And I'll talk about the other signs that I looked up on the Google too. So hopefully everything I found is correct and accurate. So I am not a vet, obviously. I have done research on Google and it's my own experience and it's from what my own vet has told me. Bless you. Bless you. So that's what I'm going to be basing this off of. So, speak to your own vet as well for confirmation. Okay. She likes my notebook. Okay, alright, we're gonna try and do this. So, according to Google, and my vet actually, one of the first signs to look out for is your cat bumping into things, because the first organ that it affects is their eyes. Because when you have high blood pressure in cats, it bursts the vessels in the back of your eyes, or their eyes, I should say. Which is what happened with Cinder, unfortunately. So she went blind due to high blood pressure. And when we took her to the vets, he said we did catch it really fast, because nothing else happened. But unfortunately, we tried to save her eyes, but it was too far gone. So we could not save her vision, unfortunately. I think he said one of the retinas is still attached, but it's like hanging on. So it's basically just light and dark that she sees. But that was one of the first things we noticed. She was bumping into things. The other thing that we did notice is that she was drinking a lot, and obviously then that made her pee more often. So, and I'm talking, she would drink for a solid 5 minutes, and I'm like, but we took her. The vet said we pretty much took her within like 2 weeks of it starting, or like 2 weeks of it damaging her eyes, but unfortunately we still couldn't save them. So that was us catching it really, really quick. Because honestly, our first thought was that she's just getting older, she's gone blind. But we are really glad that we took her to the vets, because it turned out it was high blood pressure. And if we hadn't done anything and just passed it off as her getting older, she wouldn't be here. Let's just say that. She would not be here right now. We started taking her to the vets about 2.5 years ago. So she's still here because we took her to the vets. She has lost her sight, but she's still a happy girl. When we did initially go to the vets, they did like a whole workup. So they gave her like a once over, they did bloods, they obviously checked her eyes, and then they did the blood pressure. And then they also wanted to check up on pee samples, or pee tests, to check all that stuff as well. So there's quite a lot of tests that you need to do, but very, very important. So that is pretty much everything that we saw for Cinder. So as I said, we caught it really, really early, which was really good. But I've done some other research and like how else it can affect and what else you can look out for if it progresses too much, or further, I should say. So the other organs that can be affected is the brain, kidneys, and heart. So that was the first thing I do want to talk about, is her kidneys. So we did a pee sample for her, and that's when he noticed that her kidney levels were slightly elevated, I think I want to say. So we were like, so he was like, okay, I highly recommend a renal diet to help her kidneys now that she has high blood pressure. So we did that. We completely swapped over her main diet to renal food, and now her levels are really good. They are where they should be. which is really, really good. So we've done that to help her kidneys as well, along with the blood pressure medication. She's obviously on that for the rest of her life as well. That took a little bit of trial and error to get the right dose. She's also the type of cat who doesn't really like, she doesn't like to be held or held for too long, so we asked the vet if the pills were crushable, which thankfully they are, so she gets that in like soup stuff, which the vet doesn't mind as long as she's getting it. So we didn't want her kind of trying to hide around medicine time and stuff like that, because right now she's like, it's time for my treat. She has no clue it's a medicine, but she's like, it's time for my treat. Where is it? Instead, if we were like handling her and like shoving a pill down her throat, we feel like she would have definitely just tried to hide and stuff, and we didn't want that. No, we didn't. So the fact that we could crush the pills, very, very good. So the signs for kidney damage. So I think he said it's the eyes first, then it's the kidneys, then it's either the brain or the heart, something like that. So the signs of kidney damage is weight loss, drinking more. So she was kind of on the verge of that. Peeing often, because obviously they're drinking more. Eating less, which I didn't notice her eating any less. But so I guess we were kind of on the verge of it. And another one is vomiting. She wasn't vomiting in the slightest, so I think we definitely caught it very, very quick. But obviously, because it can affect her kidneys, we went ahead and changed her diet to help prevent further damage. So the next one is signs of brain damage, which means it's progressed quite a lot. So you're gonna have to look out for odd behavior, maybe depression, and seizures. So obviously those would be probably emergency level type of symptoms, because the other one is also heart disease. So abnormal heart sounds, obviously the vet is the only one that can hear that unless you have something to hear their heart with. But so she always gets frequent once overs, like they always check her heart to make sure, because it can cause heart murmurs. Now I haven't done any research into heart murmurs. I don't know if I don't know if I don't know. I don't know about heart murmurs. I didn't do research into that because I was specifically looking at blood pressure, and that wasn't for Cinder's situation, but it can cause heart murmurs. So it's very, very important to closely watch your elderly cats, and just any sort of change in behavior could be a sign. She is doing so much better now. She gets around really well, even though she is blind. She still bumps into things quite occasionally, but she's very slow moving now. She's not running, sprinting around the house. Now, obviously, she is 17 in April, so I wouldn't really expect her to be that active. She does sleep a lot, which the vet was like, yeah, that's completely understandable. We're also still keeping an eye on her weight, because the vet said that because she's elderly, unable to have a consistent weight could be a sign that something else is going on, or maybe her kidneys aren't doing as well, stuff like that. So I try to weigh her here, but our scales don't pick her up. So I have to weigh myself carrying her, and then do the math. So I do that about once every 2 to 3 weeks. And she's staying at a consistent weight. And then when we do take her to the vets, we take her to the vets every 3 months or so. They weigh her as well, and obviously do all the checks, check her heart, everything, weight, blood pressure, etc., etc. So yes, it's very, very important to do frequent vet visits when they are this age, especially when they have stuff going on, because it's really important to notice things as soon as you can. So yeah, in the beginning it used to be every 6 months, but now that she's older and she's got a few other things, she's got quite a list of health issues, it's about every 3 months. Especially the pee tests, because when we do a pee test, that checks up on her kidneys and her bladder. Yes, it does. You want me to stop talking so you can have your blood pip so you can have your medicine? Yes. I think that's everything that I wanted to say. It is. So I have some other ideas on videos for Cinder or about Cinder that I want to make as well. For those who have elderly cats who want others' experience and stuff, I do plan to make more videos with Cinder and about her. See how she gets on. I honestly still can't believe she's 17 in April. 17. She's doing well. Even though she has a list of problems, but she's my kitty. Hey baby. So yeah, there we go. That is a signs to look out for high blood pressure in cats video done. And some of my own experience, some of what the vet said, but again, I'm not a qualified vet. This is from my own experience with an elderly cat with high blood pressure. This is from talking to my own vet, from doing a little bit of research online. So I hope this video has been informative for you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And I wonder what the next one will be about Cinder. I will see you there. Goodbye.